Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy our show, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Still don't know where that thing is.
Yeah. We're also on Instagram at TWiN, but you can mostly find us on Twitter, X. We really like being there. That's where we hang out the most. So follow us on Twitter.
Do it.
Do it now. Do it now. October is upon us. So it wouldn't be October if I didn't get the crap scared out of me. The thing that scares me the most is a little word called censorship. And boy, is Meghan and her people coming in hot this month. And they're doing it in the most secretive way that they don't want us to know. But man, once you see what's going on and you peel that onion, it is so obvious. It is so obvious to connect the dots of what is going on with this woman and her crew. It all started when one of the Sussex Squad people put this little thingy up on their Instagram. They said, Harry and Meghan's Archwell Foundation has helped fund a report examining the roles that news media organizations play in the spread, escalation, and encouragement of online hate speech in Australia. Now, let's keep in mind that Australia does not have the First Amendment, okay? And they're kind of like on the cusp of wanting to break with the British monarchy, which is fine. The British monarchy does not care. If people want to leave the Commonwealth, they can leave. They do not make you stay. It is not a big deal to them. This is
not a Nazi regime.
Yeah, I don't know where people are thinking they're like holding a gun to people's heads saying stay in Jamaica. If you guys want to go so bad, you've been talking about it for years. Go.
It's cool. We'll still support you as Americans. Like, what's the big deal?
We don't care. You're always going to be Jamaica.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you were part of the Commonwealth for like the longest time until Meghan Markle started complaining about it. Yeah. I see this and then I'm like, here we go. Another report, kind of like that fatherhood initiative. And remember when we peeled back the layers of that and we found out that they were trying to control policy and censorship and all this stuff? Yeah. Well, this is the same sort of thing. It's a report about online hate speech, but it sounds pretty like, okay, well, nobody wants hate speech. So Archwell gave money to help fund this report. Could be doing so much other things with their money, with their whatever, $3 million, but they are funding reports and agencies that want to suppress free speech.
I wonder why.
That is what they are focusing their time and energy on. And we have proven that in past videos. Go check them out. Put the links in the description below. It says online hate speech is particularly viable and toxic element of social division. You know what's a toxic element of social division?
Meghan Markle.
I mean, it just goes on and on about this stuff and how like news media institutions have all this power and they shouldn't have all this power. So they break it down into a two-part study. The guy running this thing is a guy named Jerry Power.
Is that his real name?
I don't think it's his real name. I know his pronouns are he, him.
Sounds made up.
Jerry Power. No, apparently he's a real guy.
Another name.
And no, I know. But again, you see in his bio, global impact. I told you guys, anytime we hear global impact, listen to this. For more than 25 years, he has designed and directed multi-country global impact measurement and learning studies on narrative change, campaigns, communication strategy, creative execution, and public opinion for multilaterals. His work has had a particular focus on prejudice, equality, and social justice. Now, anyone would think that Jerry Power, by looking at this, he's a young, guy he probably grew up with this. He needs to do social change because he has a pulse on the community and he's probably had instances or interactions where people have been against him because of who he is, and that's why he's demanding social change and narrative change and all this stuff. And Jerry Power, he's a fighter. He's one for the fight. This is what he looks like. Yeah, so that's Jerry Power, and he's some rich dude funding this, and it's called Purpose Institute. So you go to his website, and it's all the same word salad that you saw with that fatherhood initiative and the other stuff. We build and support movements to advance the fight.
We're gonna take big words and we're gonna put them on paper, and then people won't know what they are. They're just gonna go, oh, that's cool. Those are big words. Let's be a part of this big word stuff.
But what scares me the most is like they constantly use philanthropy and narrative and initiative. It's really freaky, dude. It's really freaky. And they want to basically tell the world what to think. As an agency, Purpose helps clients harness participation for meaningful social impact. They collaborate with world-leading nonprofits.
What are Purpose Labs?
That's what I'm saying. They're always labs, Purpose Labs.
Like, what the hell is that? What are they experimenting with humans or something? Like, what does that mean? Purpose Labs experiment in real time?
Yeah.
That's what what? Sorry. I read that and it was extremely jarring. Like some Soylent Green stuff.
Deal with major issues like climate change, global poverty, and voting rights. By controlling voting, you control policy change. By controlling policy change, you control the narrative. We constantly hear this in whatever Meghan and Harry have their toes dipped into. This is nuts. Our labs,
it's got Oprah written all over
it definitely does.
Yeah.
Our labs have produced breakthrough public engagement campaigns, new messaging approaches, and unexpected coalitions, winning major policy victories, reaching vital new audiences, and producing measurable shifts in public opinion. Why do they want to change public opinion?
They want everyone to think the same way. They want us to become communist. That's what they want.
I mean, that's really what it is.
Can I say communist?
You
on
can
YouTube?
say communist. You just can't say the schmatzy word constantly. She's been saying schmatzy constantly. You guys don't know this because I had to cut it out because YouTube is being really crazy about their policies lately. Ever since the whole Russell Brand thing, they're like trying to find ways to get any sort of free speech off this platform.
Douchebag German.
Yes.
I'll say douchebag German soldiers regime.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. We are not under douchebag German soldiers regime.
Purpose Labs bring new actors, new ideas, and new power together to drive transformational change on the world's most pressing issues.
It just reminds me of Stranger Things, No, I mean, not really strange, but it's just like these secret, laboratories. It's like underground or something.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. I don't think it's secret though. They put it on a website. I just don't think they think people are going to read it.
All you have to do, if you want to get to the dumb people in the world, all you have to do is just put just go get a dictionary, just write down some of the words like metamorphosis, strategery, and you could put like delineate, you can put ascertaination, just put those words in that, and then they'll go, oh my gosh, these guys have to be for real because they're using these words that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're so much smarter than me. That's all this is.
It's such a form of gaslighting. And I feel bad because there are so many young kids that are just completely falling for it. They are slaves to their phones and technology. And I feel so bad because we got so lucky that still like
but
that
we're geriatric millennials.
So
whatever that is.
We could have gone either way. No, we could have gone either way.
I'll tell
that's
you
when the like AOL was starting with the remember mom had
chat
that computer
rooms,
and you would hear the ding ding ding. Yeah, for dad's business and stuff. Yeah, it was weird. Trying to infiltrate Brazil too. The Democracy Lab in Brazil works to develop strategies and campaigns that strengthen democracy. Strengthen democracy. Again, that's another buzzword, democracy. with the support of the Open Society Foundation. Wait a second, Open Society Foundation? That's George Soros. Remember, we did a whole video on George Soros and how Meghan and Harry are involved with the Open Society Foundation now, too. I will put the links of all the videos I've done on this in the description below.
We've done.
That's true. With the support of the Open Society Foundation, the lab seeks to shift anti-corruption discourse and practice a culture of participation, transparency, and social control. Okay. And talk about saying the silent part out loud. Good Lord.
Well, this is the problem. And this is what they're doing, is that they're taking the Gen Z people that, are like, oh, I got to do something with my life. I got to join the church, or I got to join a cult, or like Greenpeace. I'm going to go join Greenpeace. Yeah. That's what these things are doing. They're putting those buzzwords in there. And so people that have no direction in life and they're living in their parents' basement, they're reading this and they're going, you know what? I could be part of this change. Well, I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're talking about. But those big words are big words.
Well, this all has to do with joining a cult. This is how people join a cult.
Yes,
this is so cult-like. And I'm so sick and tired of people saying that George Soros, you're a conspiracy theorist if you dislike George Soros. Guys, that's gaslighting. There's nothing wrong with being critical of George Soros.
Everybody should have their own opinion.
Yeah,
okay? I mean, their own thoughts. We are not under a douchebag German soldier regime.
Behind this Archwell funded online hate speech in Australia, it is secretly a Purpose Labs funded George Soros project, and it's creepy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't be Harry and Meghan if there wasn't more.
Oh, great.
I really want to thank Royal Rabbit on Twitter for bringing this to my attention. And oh my goodness, Canada, why are you guys doing this? Canada doesn't have the First Amendment.
Really?
And they didn't have the First Amendment. And I find that very shocking because we're such fans of Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, they say everything.
But they were constantly battling, I guess, the CDC and
well, they had HBO backing them,
and they
too.
had Lauren Michaels
backing
and all this stuff. But I find that very hard to believe. But they do not have First Amendment rights there. So this actually makes sense. Canadian Association for Security and Intelligence Studies. They presented a masterclass on misinformation and disinformation. But guess who their speaker is?
I can see it. Christopher Boozy.
Christopher Boozy. Now, had I known about this, I would have gone online and watched this. Unfortunately, I was too late.
One of the biggest, if anyone doesn't know who this guy is, he's one of the biggest scam artists on this planet. He started this thing called Bot Sentinel, but it's like, what is it?
It was to prove that Amber Heard was telling the truth and she had a bunch of bots going after her that Johnny Depp hired. And it's also to prove that Meghan Markle had a coordinated online attack. We are not real.
We're not real.
We were going after her and it was like hate speech and we were putting disinformation and misinformation.
He wanted this to be funded. He wanted people to give him money to prove this.
He's a proven grifter too.
He is a grifter, and allegedly, and it never came to fruition. So he's now, what is he doing? Master classes now?
He does this thing called Spoutable that he was going to try to compete with Twitter. It was a massive fail. He started asking people for money. It was just a massive fail.
Christopher Boozy is the same dude who was on the Netflix Harry and Meghan docuseries. So, duh.
He went as like a professional internet sleuth guy. Like So he spoke. If anyone has a copy of this, please send it my way. I really want to watch it. We would love to do a reaction to this. Let's check out this Canadian Association for Security and Intelligence Studies. This is the cover of their website. I don't know about you, but that looks really creepy. It looks like some Freemason
Dude,
stuff.
it looks like pagan stuff.
I
on
know,
Dragnet.
like it's really weird. Oh, so they explain what it is. It's a non-political, non-partisan, yeah, right, think tank that develops best practices for application of intelligence in policing, military, and public safety spaces. And it just goes on to say that, like, hey, we just want to like encourage people to like not do misinformation campaigns. And
well, he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just the irony.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It's a complete contradiction of itself. Go on the website, guys. I will put that in the description below as well. It's a lot. It's got a bunch of crap like this. It's really
more
stupid.
word salad. Hey, we're gonna fix the world. Just give us all your money and help. Just pass out flyers and annoy the crap out of people in their spam email, and you'll save the world.
This is such a cult. So their new thing is radicalization. Like, guys, you guys are getting radicalized. Seriously, like if you watch Joe Rogan, like I've been watching Joe Rogan.
I never watched one.
Exactly. Here's a perfect example of how that stuff doesn't mess with your mind. I've been like listening to Joe Rogan for like 20 years. Like when he was like on Sirius and like I would like back when I drove more. Like I don't drive as much now since I don't know. I just don't drive.
I like Uber.
But when I lived in LA, of course you drive everywhere. But Portland, you don't drive as much because things are more like in a neighborhood. But Stephanie's never listened to Joe Rogan.
I've never heard one of. Oh, I heard
Joe
clips of the one with Kanye. That was it.
Yeah. So like I used to listen to Joe Rogan religiously.
Yeah.
I am not radicalized. I am not a conspiracy. Stephanie, have I ever come to you and been like, dude, you got to hear this thing on what Alex Jones said about
I don't watch Alex Jones.
So-and-so and Martians and all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, because you know what you can do, guys? A person can listen to something for entertainment.
Yeah.
And not go crazy and get radicalized. That just doesn't happen.
I watch Housewives religiously. Exactly. I'm not getting Botox and wearing, butt fillers and fake this.
They just don't like the fact that we call people like Meghan Markle out. They don't like it.
Well,
jig is up.
Well, what they're doing is they're saying, hey guys, we need a think tank and everybody could be free here. But in reality, hey guys, join us and we're going to tell you what to think. Yeah. That's all this is.
And you'll be better off for it.
And you're going to be better off. You're going to be a better person.
Yeah. Like don't listen to like Russell Brand. I was listening to Russell Brand. You can agree. You can like literally agree with someone on something and then disagree with them on other things. And they have like all these sections.
And it's going to be rad.
Yes, people can get radicalized and it can happen on both ends of the spectrum. You can get radicalized on the left and you can get radicalized on the right. And it's on both things. I don't know why, but again, the people that are not on their side, they want to say are far right extremists planning bombs at the DNC. They even include QAnon in conspiracy theories. I watched the QAnon thing on HBO. Did you watch that? The HBO documentary?
I don't even know what QAnon is.
I know.
What is it?
I watched because I was hoping they would make me understand
What is it?
I still couldn't understand what it was. From what I got
it's something bad, I know.
From what I got from the HBO documentary, this is what I got. A nerdy guy, a libertarian. He's not even right wing. This nerdy guy who played video games all day, who like lived in Japan. He started it as a joke.
Is this allegedly?
That's what HBO came up with, and that's what I got at the end of it.
What does this have to do with
it was like one
radicalization?
Big no, it was like one big prank, but it caught on. That's what I got from it. Watch the HBO documentary, guys. It's really interesting, but I still didn't understand what it was at the end.
Yeah.
I want to thank Royal Rabbit. I will definitely look more into this thing that Canada is doing. I don't think it's not the government of Canada. It's a bunch of and all the people doing it. I looked at walked into a show at Portland Center Stage and and Birkenstocks and all. This is the kind of people that will be setting up this site. That's the only way I can describe it. If you went to a Mike Schmidt fundraiser for social justice, these are the kind of people you would see. And if you live in Portland, you know what I'm talking about. Enough said about that. Last and definitely not least, we get to Nissan Harriman. Now, Nissan put up on his Instagram page some pictures that he took at Invictus because he's really proud of. Nissan is their photographer,
right,
photographer, okay, who is just like enamored with Meghan Markle.
Nissan is Meghan Markle's personal photographer.
He cannot believe how much their love has changed the world.
Right. He's the one that took the pictures of her pregnant with Archie and
now
allegedly pregnant.
You would think he would put up pictures of Invictus, of like the athletes and, you know, the events, stuff like that. Oh, no, he doesn't do that.
There were athletes at this event? Oh, of course. That's definitely a picture.
He puts up pictures like this.
Oh,
a lovely moment from this year's Invictus. He is just so proud of these pictures, and she looks
they're so moody.
What do you think she's saying to that woman right now?
Nothing. Absolutely no. She's glaring into her eyes like, get this over with. This is a good angle, and the coat, I can merch the coat and the earrings. That's what she's thinking right now.
I mean, if this picture doesn't say everything, I don't know what does. And he proudly displays it. Like,
what is wrong? Did he disable his comments?
I don't know. I would imagine he did now because this has been on for like
poor Rita Ora had to disable her comments. This dude's gonna probably do it.
Well, he did do something on social media, and I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Here's another one. I mean,
look at all the athletes.
When I think of Invictus,
and look at all the diversity.
I know. It's just amazing. It's amazing what he's doing for Invictus and how much. I mean, this just embodies what it's all about.
Yeah.
The heart of Invictus.
What is wrong with them?
There's another one.
Just totally that captures what Invictus is. It captures the stories of the veterans. It captures the stories of the wounded soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
It really does capture what this is all about. And I am so happy that we were able to see these and in black and white and dimly lit.
I'm happy he was there to capture it. Yeah. Thank God.
What a moment.
Here it is.
What a moment.
Harry's practicing his speech. And look who's there in the crowd watching him.
This is a picture that this has already been done. It's her in the front row listening to Harry's speech, and they just recreated it. So whoever buys into this BS,
I mean, look at her face. Morons. She is so supportive and proud
this is
of him.
Invictus, dude.
She's so proud of him.
She's so there for him.
I know.
And her culottes.
I know.
And her outfits and her sandals. Yeah. She's really there. And her hair is perfectly. Do you see how it's parted to that side? So he could get that picture.
I'm coming so wrong this way. We were so wrong for thinking that she wasn't that supportive wife and she was only in it for fame and fortune.
I know.
God, this picture just says how supportive she is. And then we were completely wrong. So
what'd you do, man?
I didn't do anything. Can I just tell you, I have only said nice things about this man. I have said he is a great photographer.
I think he is.
The only negative things I probably ever said to this man is, I can't believe you're falling for this. You're better than this. You're a smart man.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever said.
That's actually nice. And
I think it's nice.
It's actually supporting him.
I haven't said anything to him in a while. He blocked me. I don't know why. Now he must not know.
Did he block Sidley twins?
I don't know.
Your personal one.
My personal. No, he blocked. I'm not. This is Twitter.
Oh, it's
so Twitter. I don't understand. Is he aware
of Instagram?
Is he aware of me?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Well,
because I don't recall you ever bringing this dude up.
Nissan, I'm humbled. And I'm proud to be on that list, I guess. I guess he's just going on a blocking spree because I didn't write anything offensive or do anything.
They don't like freedom of speech.
I guess they don't.
They don't like freedom of speech.
Funny you should bring that up. Nissan has started his own little company thingy, and it's called Culture 3 Media. Now, I think the 3 means because there's 3 of them. It's him and 2 other dudes. And it's harnessing the power of culture to ensure that new technologies deliver progress for all. There's their website.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the guys that he is partners with, one of the 3.
Lars.
Doesn't he look like something out of an Iron Man movie if he was like the villain or something?
Or
I mean,
Hostile.
no offense to Lars, but okay, Lars. And the other guy is Leo, and that's Leo over there sitting on a cliff, another one. So he's got 2 white guys and Nissan, and they started a little company together. And then they got this guy to join them. And this guy started a cryptocurrency called Gitcoin. What they try to do with cryptocurrency, what they've always tried to do is just be like, oh, it's sustainable. We don't need banks. If banks close tomorrow, if they crash tomorrow, your money's safe. It's because it's in a computer.
Yeah.
It's a total scam, guys. What Nissan and his 2 other guys and that guy are pushing is something called Quadratic Funding. And
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's pretty much the definition of a pyramid scheme, and you're going to know right away when you hear the definition of it. The idea behind quadratic funding is to combine modest individual contributions with larger matching sums from sponsors or contributors. With quadratic funding, each donor's contribution is matched by the total amount generated, the number of distinct contributors, and the total amount donated. Basically, like you and I, like, we don't have the money that like Bill Gates has. So let's say we only have $20. But we want to still be a part of this. We want to still be a part of like buying bread and buying milk and certain things, you know, because this is a way of life that they want to do, this quadratic funding. And we only have $20. So Bill Gates is going to put up $1 million, but we only have 20. So we're going to go get a bunch of our friends to get 20, and whatever times that is, that equals $1 million. So we can match Bill Gates's, but then we end up getting a return that Bill Gates is getting the same. And they pretty much say it. How can $1 turn into $27? Quadratic Funding explained. And I'm going to put a video in the description below how it's explained.
I can explain it for you right now. And so all this stuff leads us right back to Meghan Markle.
You know what? All roads lead to Meghan.
That's so interesting. All 3 of these scams and nonsense all lead to Meghan and Harry.
But what they're pushing on this website is we're facing an existential technology disruption. Okay? Culture 3 exists. Now, this is Nissan. Culture 3 exists to guide the narrative, to shape a more positive future. Technology paves the road, but culture defines the destination. It is culture that inspires the action, which drives real-world progress. Our mission: harness the power of culture to ensure that new technologies deliver progress for all. So then they've got like all these like things you can click on about cryptocurrency. Again, it's one big scam. Rewiring democracy. Stuff that they talk about is so dangerous, I can't even begin to tell you.
And boring.
Inside the reinvention of co-living communities. Me and I grew up in Portland, Oregon. We grew up in the heart of Southeast Portland, okay? Hippies, progressives. This is who we are. It's in our blood. Okay?
I'm not.
No, I didn't say we are. I said that's what we grew up around.
This is who we are. That's what you just said. It's in our blood.
I meant Portland, sorry.
I'm not a hippie or a progressive.
We grew up in Portland, Oregon. We can honestly tell you, because we were the guinea pigs as far as like living as a community, socialism, all this crap. Guys, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because human nature does not allow it to work. And Ayn Rand said it best when she brings up altruism. This is basically a form of altruism. You cannot force people to split their money or do things more than the other people. There's in human nature, there's always going to be that element of, oh wait, I worked harder than this person. Why am I sharing an equal amount? It's just not going to work.
In theory, it's a great idea, but it would never work in the United States of America. This is the land of greed, okay? That's just what it is.
They want to change capitalism and like redefine capitalism, basically.
That will never happen.
That's
Our
not gonna happen.
President Biden's a capitalist.
Listen, guys, it's not going to work. And socialism, all roads lead to dictatorship. And luckily, we have history books that can prove it.
This is not a bad soldier German regime.
So again, it's just more of like, hey, let's use AI to break down biases. That's Harry's favorite word. What if we use TikTok for good? No, TikTok will never be used for good, guys. Having people stare at computer screens is not a good thing, okay? And then like how to reinvent education using AI. Society connecting ideas and action to move the dial on progress.
I still go to the library.
She does. She does.
Okay, what's this AI crap?
I know.
Okay, buy a book. Go down to the Strand and buy a book.
And then trying to make capitalism care about climate change. They just really just get all the buzzwords in. So Nissan, that is what he is into now. He obviously wants to not be a full-time photographer, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they probably don't pay him. Poor guy.
Good call.
I mean,
yeah. Hey, all roads lead to Meghan. I hope I've done a good job at sort of connecting the dots for everybody. I know that was long. I know Stephanie is so bored right now. Thank you for hanging in.
Nancy and I also came to a conclusion that this is not the Meghan Markle channel, okay? So we're going to start branching out. Of course, we're going to still do Meghan and Harry stuff. Of course, they're morons. They're going to do something stupid every day. But, and we're going to do our investigation. But we're also going to bring in other things. The Kardashians started, I know this sounds stupid and Karen's not going to like this, but the Kardashians premiered. So tomorrow we're going to have our Sunday live, and we're going to talk royalty. We're going to talk pop culture. The Kardashians aired their stupid premiere show. That is so annoying. We're going to talk more about Oprah.
I'd like to talk about Sophie and Joe Jonas's divorce.
I would love that too.
I would love to talk about that.
I would love to talk about the new Taylor Swift guy that she's dating.
Yeah,
all that fun. We're going to do royalty and pop culture tomorrow on our live show. So please tune in. We're going to have some new shows coming up next week and some announcements. So thank you.
Somebody suggested this on Twitter, so thank you. I really appreciate it when you guys give me suggestions. Our animal rescue is Muttville Senior Dog Rescue. We always love the senior dog rescues because they're just the best.
We have senior dogs.
We have senior dogs.
I've always had senior dogs.
I've always said get a senior dog. I think Lady was our youngest.
So I adopted a 10-year-old, John Milton.
Yeah.
I've adopted 5-year-olds. I've adopted 8-year-olds that I have now.
So
dogs.
I'll put their link in the description below. Again, it's Muttville Senior Dog Rescue. They are some good people over there. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for our live.
Yes.
Yes.
Exciting. Bye, guys.